Race fans, good evening and welcome to Ghost Racing Network. Tonight in primetime is the Premier Sim Racers Club presents competition from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, right here in the heart of the Mid-Atlantic. Matt Metler up here in the Ghost Racing Network broadcast booth as we're currently watching the 73 of Joseph McWhorter, who is out there currently leading this piece. So we're now working lap 9 of 150. Want to welcome everyone here live tonight as we get to watch some great short truck series action here on the short track in Myrtle Beach. And one of the great things about this iRacing simulator, this track no longer with us currently, but it lives on in the sim. One of the great things I love about iRacing, we're able to, these tracks are able to carry on their legacy here. Joseph McWhorter currently leads over Matthew Robinson there in the 30. Getting a lot of pressure though from Todd Clay in that 21 ride. Great looking paint scheme on that Chevrolet Silverado. Absolutely blistering beautifully out there in the spotlight. Or under the sun, I should say. Todd up 2 positions from where he started, already having a great run. Curious who the biggest mover of the race is. You got to go back to Dwayne Hunt there in the 19. You see he's up 4 positions, now cracked the top 5 as he resides in that P5 position. See Dwayne kind of working the higher line there. Really has a nice sweeping arc entry. That truck looks really stable and balanced. Last time by, one of the faster trucks on the racetrack as well, as he ran a 20:39. Laps here tonight are going to fly by quick, fast, and in a hurry as we're getting around this place in just over 20 seconds. Looking for tonight's race facts. Let's throw them on the screen for everybody here at home. Weather picturesque, couldn't ask for anything better. 78 degrees and plentiful sunshine out there. A little on the humid side, which you expect this time of the year for Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. 45% water drain, partly cloudy. Winds at elusive 2 miles an hour. That gonna be a non-factor. Altitude 36 feet above sea level. And that track temp is absolutely scorching at 136 degrees. So these guys are going to be slipping all over the place. Tire management going to be critical. And as always, this track advertised as a half mile, but technically it checks in at 0.52. Place we're doing business here this evening. Back up to the front. That Chevrolet Silverado Harpoon design ride leading right now. There was about a 7/10 of a second advantage over Robinson, who continues to be under siege from that beautiful truck being piloted by Todd Cray. In fact, let's go on board with Cray as he's looking here to make a move now, peeking to the inside. Actually, let's back one truck up here. Todd Cray able to make the pass here. He's still trying, working hard on the inside. You can see he's getting pinned down there just a little bit. He's able to clear now, take the position. Let's widen things back out. He is getting it done out there right now. Todd Cray, check the box, move him another position. He is going places to the front, that is, as he's now quickly up 3 spots early on in the going here. Go ahead, take you through the field. Joseph McWhorter continues to lead right now out of, I believe that is St. Robert, Missouri. I spent some time there as well during my Marine Corps days. I went there for 35, 31, and 33 training. He wants to go fast, and that's exactly what he is doing. Todd Cray, we were just covering him. He currently runs in that second place position, up 3 spots from where he started, and rounding out the podium. Natural bite instead of natural light. Nicely done, by the way. That's going to be Troy Crawford. The PA, man, he's got a plan here in that 94 ride, having a great showing here early. Dwayne Hunt is going to get another position out there from Arizona, from Tucson. You like it hot and spicy, check out that place. Well over 100 degrees ambient air temperature in the summertime. As he currently owns that 5th place position. Ray Poking, actually, his timing and score updates. He's going to actually be in that 5th place position. He slipped back a little bit as he started up in that 2nd place position. Now holds on to that final spot inside the top 5. Currently residing in 6th. That's going to be Troy Haight in that 28 machine. Brandon Mefford currently residing in 7th from Kingston, Indiana. I believe he's shouting out his sponsors here in SDK. Zoe's Place, Race for Riley, Eli's Place, Lucky Finn, and Kids Talk. As you can see, them being represented on the paint scheme on that Chevrolet as well. Drew Ballesteros. Columbia, Georgia, about 7 hours north of me. In the 54, he is under siege from Levi Allen, who's going to turn it hard down to the bottom in that F-150. As he's eating hard here on the inside, the 41 challenging for the position. Ballesteros has 2. He wants another one here as he continues to highlight this battle here on the racetrack as we're currently going through the field. Memford has it. Ballesteros wants it. Good, clean race in action here. Oh, the 41 gets loose off the bottom. That's going to give the 54 the spot. Check the box. Ballesteros on the move. This also allowing our 9th place competitor to come into the picture as they race side by side. Levi Allen, as he's now lost 1 position to the board, started in 8th, now currently resides in 9th. A lot of heavy battling here just inside the top 10, and here comes Chuck Sweeting from Hawthorne, Florida. So he's going to crack the top 10, and that's going to move Levi Allen back to that 10th place position. Doug Wysock. Or Wysocki. Doug Wysocki there from Viewville, Michigan. LiveFoundation.org, Suicide.org. Then want to shout out everyone represented on that race truck here this evening. As he resides currently outside the top 10 in that 11th place position, Dean Galago in that 18 machine. In the EcoBoost here in 12th. Jason Mullins in the 51 currently holds down that 13th place position. The North Carolina man, Mark Jenkins in 14th. Beautiful Miller High Life paint scheme from Virginia. Spent any time going down or traveling Interstate 95, it'll take you right through downtown. One of the most scenic spots on Interstate 95, if you ask me, who currently 1 spot into the top 15 as he's currently residing in 14th. Joseph McWhorter, who was leading earlier, off the track in 15th. The 93 ride of 16th, that's Patrick, and then William Kempf, excuse me. Rounds out the top 17 drivers. We send it back up to the point. All Todd Cray right now as he's able to get around Robinson. As he's leading here from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Want to thank everyone for joining us here tonight live on Ghost Racing Network. You want to support the cause? It's simple. Smash the like button, ring the bell, come home to 6 days of high-octane, high-flying racing action right here on Ghost Racing Network. Todd Cray's out to a huge advantage over Robinson. That margin approaching the 2-second range. There's Robinson right there. Don't blink your eyes. It's natural bite, not natural light. We're on the top shelf where Mama hides the cookies. If we swing it down low in the corner, remember, on that white line, but you don't want to touch the sausage curving. That will certainly upset the balance on that race truck. Remember, that track temp is a stifling 137 degrees. It is hot out there. So you got to be taking care of those Dr. Feel Goods, or they will become Feel Bads. I can assure you is that. Roy Radford in the 94, currently residing in P4. All green flag action since we took the initial green flag here. These guys putting on a great performance, little side-by-side battle just behind. And here's a 46 on 83 action. Two Chevrolets going at it. 83 is trying to take the long way around. That's Medford. It's a John Force special there down the backstretch. 46 of Poking is going to surge ahead here, give him the position. So we got a caution out on the racetrack. First one. I believe this could be a stage break here, because I'm not showing anything on the black box. Showing Todd Cray here entered pit lane, so your leader coming down pit road, along with Robinson, Radford, Poking. In fact, it's a full-fledged affair on pit road right now. Everyone pretty much out there on the lead lap is coming down right now. Hayden Ballesteros, Chuck Sweeting, Levi Allen and company. Pit road suddenly becomes the hottest place in the joint, except Jason Mullins. EcoBoost F-150 is going to stay out there on the racetrack. Is everyone else getting service on their race truck? Todd Cray down and away. Robinson in close pursuit. Take a look at the race here off of pit road. There's the 46 of Polking, Medford, Ballesteros. iRacing.com pace truck in front of the field. And while they're under caution, we're going to step aside, pay some bills, but don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the live racing action from Myrtle Beach after this. Race fans, welcome back to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, right here live on Ghost Racing Network. Matt Metler up here in the GRN broadcast booth. Green flag action currently back underway. And these guys picking right up where they left off as you're watching a hard-fought battle here on the racetrack. These guys, again, putting on a clinic, showing you how to get it done short track style here tonight. Premier Sim Racers Club, as always, with a short track special here in the heart of the Mid-Atlantic, right in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I want to take a moment to thank Black Magic, member of the Strategic Partner Alliance. Looking for a premium design, get out of the static, go see the custom guys at Black Magic. And remember, it's always good for 2/10 out there on the racetrack as well. You're sick of seeing the same old paint schemes on trading paints, just with, the same templates, color schemes changed around. That's not what you're looking for. Go with the best in class. That is Black Magic. And remember, always good for 2/10 out there on the racetrack. Todd Cray continues to lead this thing, now working lap 55 of 150, the scheduled distance here tonight. Todd Cray teach you how to get gone. He's already out to over a second advantage over Matthew Robinson. Tell you what, that natural bite's taking a big chunk of a lot of the field. There's just one man out there that he is trying to chase down, and that is Cray. He's like a Myrtle Beach Jedi Master in that 21. I mean, he is out there ripping 2020s. So 2020s, that's absolutely flying around here. Robinson not far off his last time by. He ran a 29.29. Back, let's go on board with Robinson. He runs in that second place position. Just trying to chase down Cray. As you can see Cray in view as we're on board. GoPro helmet cam. In fact, Robinson mirroring now the lap times. In fact, he is slightly quicker. Last time by a 20.75 to a 20.83. They're kind of trading back and forth right now. When Matthew closes in a little bit, takes a little bit out of his lead, Cray answers right back and gets that differential back. Cray could be running just hard enough right now to keep that birdie behind him. And these two trucks kind of the class of the field right now. If we flip the cameras around, you can see just how far back the competition is. That's Medford just coming into your screen. That's over 1.68 seconds back. And that's where the Hornet's Nest starts to build right now. Ballestero is currently the second biggest mover of the race in that 54 machine. Currently into the top 5 in 4th. Having a great run thus far. Troy Radford rounds out your top 5 in 5th in the 94 ride. He's racing for a cause. If you want to support the cause, make sure you have anything to donate. Go ahead and throw all that information up on the screen again for you guys. lands the plane. I thought we had that information there in the SDK file. I do apologize for that, but hey, always great to support. We want to make a difference, raise awareness. With Troy Radford, he can get you pointed in the right direction. He is running down Ballesteros. That margin is shrinking. Under 0.4 of a second now. So he'll be knocking on the back door here momentarily. Wondering about some pit strategery. Pull it up in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen for you. You can see pretty much everyone inside the top 5. Top 10, in fact. Everyone down on lap 24. So 42 laps the first stint. A little more than halfway in this stint as these laps are quickly fizzling away here. Now working 68 of 150. One caution thus far, none for incident on the racetrack. Going to continue to follow this battle between Radford and Ballesteros. Lighten things out a little bit for you folks at home. And in fact, let's go back to that 8th place position here. Here's a great dogfight right now between Hunt and Poking, as he's working on the business end of Hunt. That 19 really gets a great run into the corner there. That truck's so good on entry. And Hunt is there. And as we always say, catching them is one thing, passing them another, of course. Let's go on board with Hunt as he goes to work, trying to find a way around the 28 machine just in front of him. Oh, he gets a little loose there. That's going to cost him some momentum out there on the racetrack. Actually, it doesn't. I am absolutely stifled. You can tell he is absolutely up on the wheel, gritting his teeth, getting everything he can out of that 19 round. You know, Days of Thunder, they said loose is fast and on the verge of out of control, and that's exactly what's going on here in the 19 camp. That truck is loose, but it is quick. In fact, he's only a couple hundredths off league pace right now. His last time by, he was at 21:20. Kilometer Grace 21:16. So he is right there in the ballpark. Lighting things back out. Levi Allen here, kind of the same thing. He's going to go up against Poking. You can see Ray took a shot to the tailgate. Oh, the 41 gets big time loose off the corner. A lot of throttle modulation here, especially with that track temp. In fact, that track temp has gone up 138 degrees. It was 137 at the top of the broadcast. Not getting any easier for these drivers. Ambient temperature-wise, couldn't ask for anything better, 78 degrees, but it is translating to some ultra-slick conditions out there on the racing surface, that's for certain. Again, you're watching the Premier Sim Racers Club do battle live from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And that track no longer with us today as the 41 goes drift mode. Levi Allen getting all the good out of that truck. To go back up to the front of this thing, it is all Craig crafting his way here around this racetrack as he carries the torch. Beautiful looking paint scheme on the 21. Reminds me of a P-51 Mustang. One of the famous warbirds from World War II. For some reason, that's the vibe I get just watching that metallic highly reflective paint scheme on that Silverado. In fact, now 79 laps officially written in the history books, now working lap 80 of 150. I mean, Todd Cray's out there doing time trials, it looks like. I mean, nobody around him on the racetrack. You got to go all the way back 3.44 seconds to the Natural Bite Chevrolet. Great side-by-side battle here. A little Job 4 special coming down the front straightaway. It's Medford and Ballesteros going at it once again. The 83 is going to check the box, take the position, move Medford into that podium slot. Roy Radford in the 94 ride has secured that fourth place position, but it is hot and heavy. Sweeting, Ballesteros right there, all challenging. In fact, the 54 is taking the long way around, making it look easy. Going to slipstream. Sweeting, that's going to give Ballesteros P5. He's looking for more big-time wiggle. You can tell he's really putting the power down. Got to be careful. Don't want to give too much because that 75 will try to poke your nose underneath him. Again, this going on right inside the top five, this battle for fifth. 75 now coming back on him, ripping the bottom. Well, that 54 is wicked loose. Maybe why he's moved it up the lane on the racetrack, trying to find a way to settle that truck just a little bit. You can see how the 75 is really still able to turn that truck right down to the bottom of the racetrack. 54 able just to carry a little bit more momentum on the using that second groove. Chuck Sweeting in sixth, biggest mover of the race in ninth. We have some retirees to mention. William Kemp. He is out of this race. He has put it on the hauler. Patrick Esaler also out of contention. Joseph McWhorter, he led early, out of competition. That leaves 14 trucks out there in competition. Jason Mullis holds down E14 on the racetrack right now. Send it back up to the front. Todd Cray continues to absolutely gap the competition. Now almost 5 seconds. He's going to be coming up to lap traffic here very soon. In fact, if we widen that camera out. In fact, let's go on board with Cray and you'll see what I'm talking about here. Just up ahead, that Miller High Life. So we'll see if that slows down his progress at all. But again, he has over a 4-second advantage, so he can certainly back it down. Don't burn the rear tires off this thing. So I believe that's Jenkins in front of him. Actually, no, that's going to be the 51 of Mullis. Excuse me. So Craig continues to lead with over a 4-second advantage over the natural bike man, Matthew Robinson. He owns that second place position. Then you got to go another 1.8 seconds back to Medford. We got Medford and Radford. First really good battle on the racetrack is going to be between Ballesteros and Radford. Ballesteros there in the 54. Chuck Sweeting up 9 positions. He, by far, biggest mover of the race. He has really climbed the scoring pylon tonight. Look at him send it down in the corner. That was like a Hail Mary. I don't know how he made that truck stick, but he's going to give up a lot here in caution out on the racetrack, and it looks like Dwayne Hunt had a miscue. We now go to the GRN instant replay here. What went wrong for Hunt? Go ahead and roll playback. Gonna slow things down here. If you first don't succeed, try again. We're going to try rolling that replay here one more time. I think the graphics team, the replay team, has that right now. And roll playback here. Going to slow things down. Hunt in the 19 truck. Again, he is under assault from the 46. Everything looks fine and dandy here. Does he just, the truck starts to step out on him into the corner. He's going to go full-blown drift mode here. You'd see he's trying to save it. He basically drifted that whole corner. You see all the wheel input there, and he's just going to cook it around here. Probably back it into the fence. Driver's side impact. The front bumper absolutely goes flying off into the RV park. Hard impact there for Dwayne Hunt. I believe that's going to be our first caution for incident. So he gets it spun back around in the right direction. Under caution here now, working at lap 97 of 150. It's Todd Gray, Matthew Robinson, Brandon Medford, Troy Redding, Chuck Sweeting, and Drew Ballesteros. That's your top 6. Troy Hart, Ray Poking, Levi Allen, and Doug Wysocki. Going to round out the top 10. So we're currently under caution. Going to take our final break, and we'll be back for the remainder of this high-flying, high-octane racing action right here from Myrtle Beach. Don't go anywhere. Good evening, race fans. Welcome back to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Matt Metler up in the Tony Trapasso Memorial booth right here live on Ghost Racing Network. Bryce off this evening, your normal shot caller here, filling in for him tonight, and it has been a hot one. As Todd Cray has been literally untouchable. Another restart, and here we go. Deja vu all over again. It looks like he's got 1,000 horsepower and all-wheel drive. And that P51 looking Silverado. A lot like that plane was so dominant in the theater in Europe. He is dominant out here in prime time. Well, he continues to pull away. We're going to focus on this battle between Medford and Radford. It's the battle of the Fords. In fact, these guys right here, 2nd through 6, you can throw a blanket pitch at 10 over these guys. In fact, let's go on board with Bad Boy Troy. Currently running in that P3 position. And again, laps starting to wind down, so you're going to see the intensity start to come up on the field. He holding it down for Pennsylvania right now. Troy putting on a great performance in a podium position. You know, Troy's pulling double duty right now. He's having to play offense and defense. If you ask me what I'm talking about, switch the camera around, and there's a whole lot of action going on behind. Here comes the natural bite. Matthew Robinson in 4th. So Troy Radford having to play offense and defense right now. You know, all these competitors doing a great job tonight, showing you can get some hard, close-fought racing, trench warfare style, and not wad these race trucks up and put them standing vertical in the catch fence. If you're wondering about lap times, I mean, they're pretty much almost identical right now, 3rd through 5th. Radford's last time by ran a 21:17 to Robinson's 21:10. Chuck Sweeting in the 75 there, a little bit quicker. See, he was a 21:09. Just trying to find a way around these trucks in front of him here. These guys are basically laser focused right now. Try to apply the pressure, trying to apply pressure like the Intimidator of old, get them to mirror drive, make a mistake, but these guys have just been on point. I've rarely seen that natural bite 30 come up off the bottom as he does the jig when he puts the power down, and that's kind of been the story here. Check the track temperature here once again, and it is still 138 degrees. It is still bad slick. Feels like the Waffle House dumped the bacon grease out there. You can see Ballesteros trying to make some headway here. As he is there, posed, ready to strike. Big wiggle out of the 30 there. Can the 75 get to him on the outside? Here he comes. As the 30 drifts it off the corner. What a piece of driving by Robinson. Oh, big wiggle there out of Ballesteros. You can't tell. They are driving the bejesus out of these trucks right now. Got a lot of speed in that Chevrolet and that 54. Chuck Sweeting, biggest mover of the race, up 10 spots. He started out in the boonies in this one. And here he is right now battling for a top 5 side-by-side, full-fledged affair. And that's going to allow the 54 of Ballesteros to come into the picture here as well. Going to be a drag race here at the start-finish line. They barely made contact there, almost high-fived each other, going by going by Barney there in the stand. Again, this battle here, hot and heavy, for 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Wondering where Todd Cray is? Doing Todd Cray things as he's out to over a 3-second advantage already. Picking it right up where he left off. It's just this time by going to have 25 laps remaining. Cray has been crafty and absolutely lights out, light years ahead of the competition. What an outstanding performance for the driver of that Silverado. I mean, the pace in this truck is absolutely out of this world. In fact, he's backing it down a little bit right now, saving those tires should he get a late race caution here. Clearly managing the gap. Last time by, ran a 21.18, so he slowed it down a couple tenths. Still the fastest truck out there. Medford, as you would expect, sometimes it plays out this way. Second fastest truck just happens to be in that second place position. Then you have Radford, Sweeting, that's your top 4. Robinson in the 30. Occupies the final slot in the top 5 in Ballesteros. And he is a gunslinger. He is driving the wheels off that thing. You know, if I owned a race team, that's the kind of driver I want right there. What you're seeing out of Ballesteros late in the race, and he is giving it the business. He is throwing everything in there. The kitchen sink, doing everything he can. He's searching for speed all over the racetrack. It's a great exit there. That's going to allow him to close right back in. He's going to send it. The 30's going to try to pinch him down, and he kind of does. Kind of didn't get all the way back to the tailgate there like I thought he was going to, but he still has 21 laps to get this position from the 30. In fact, everyone's starting to step it out, go in drift mode there, coming out of turn 4. Oh, hold it, save it, save it, save it, save it. What a save! What a save from the 30. Matthew Robinson almost had a date with the concrete. That should have been self-inflicted concrete poisoning for sure, but he stabs the brakes and somehow saves that 30 from certain death. You don't see that every day, not at this racetrack. Probably madder than a Keebler Elf that got demoted to Fudge Packer making that mistake, but what a save. Clearly he's used up the tires on that race truck. It is a handful right now, poking. He's going to check his way on by, or at least try to here work the bottom in the 46. This just inside the top 10 for that 8th and 9th place position. Mark Jenkins there goes ahead and gets out of the way for Cray. As that's your leader who goes on by the 33. Mullins there in that P12 position. Wasaki in the 34. He's 10. Just up the road from him, Polking in 9th. Matthew Robinson, after that heated battle, just overcooked it in the corner a little bit with that miraculous save you just saw moments ago in 8th. Let's go ahead and check on the battle between Ballesteros and Radford. 51's going to pull it off the racetrack here, get out of the way. Problems for the 51, just not having the pace in that truck tonight that he hoped for. And it looks like Sweeting starting to pull away from that 54. Oh, we see smoke out there. Did someone almost cook it? And we stay green. See Sweeting there in 3rd. In the 75 ride. That's at least what timing and scoring is showing here. He is closing in on the back of Medford for the 2nd place position. Todd Cray, he's your leader. He's in another county, almost 5 seconds ahead of these guys. So we're going to focus on this battle here for 2nd. You can see Medford going into a defensive mode right now. Chuck Sweeting trying to apply the pressure, get Medford to make a mistake here. In fact, let's go on board with the Sweetness himself. Best battle right there out on the racetrack. Sweeting up 12 positions from where he started with just 10 laps to go. Does he use the chrome horn here to get around? Oh, look how loose Medford is. That truck is bobbing, weaving, bucking, clucking, you name it. I mean, it looks like a drift competition. Here we go. He's going to pull a chain going down into 1. Medford gets loose. Sweeting gets loose on the high side. Let's widen it back out. It's a drag race down the backstretch. Sweeting is going to send it into the corner. Medford trying to keep the momentum on the high side. Gets a little piece of the wall there. Check the box. Sweeting going to take the spot here. That's going to move Brandon Medford back into 3rd with just 8 laps remaining. What a drive out of Chucky. Just 7 laps ago for Todd Cray, who has carved and crafted a masterpiece here in Myrtle Beach. Almost a 5.6 second advantage. Not 1.56, not 3.56, 5.56 seconds. It's almost not even fair. You know, you would think of the guy with this much pace would have taken the pole tonight, but not the case. He started in that 5th place position. Radford, even with the board in the 94 there in 4th. We're now past the handshake lap, just 4 laps remain. Sweeting now pulling away from Medford. The interval there just over a second. We focus in now on Todd Cray. Metallic Man with the plan here tonight in prime time as he comes around off of turn 4. 3 laps to go, comes down, popsicle sticks in the air, just 2 to go. That 21 just able to rip the bottom of this racetrack, even with multiple laps on those good years. Just doing such a great job here over the long run. This time by final white flag in the air. Last time around for Medford. He's going to send it down low into the corner, rip the bottom through 1 and 2. He's going to take a wide exit off up to the wall. As he fires down the backstretch into the turns 3 and 4 complex for the final time here tonight. And coming off the turn 4, absolutely dominating the competition here tonight, putting on a clinic. Todd Cray is going to get the victory here in Myrtle Beach. Chuck Sweeting in the 75 ride, biggest mover of the race with a stellar performance. He's going to come home second. And Brandon Medford in the 81 machine. Well, it's showing 81 in SDK, but 83 on the truck's going to come home third. Brilliant performance from these guys here this evening. And unfortunately, I don't have the ability to do interviews with these drivers, as I don't think I have permissions in the Discord. I'm checking again. I'm terribly sorry about that. But what a race here from the Premier Sim Racers Club from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. These guys know how to put on a clinic here. Great short track racing, side-by-side, nail-biting action. Like I said, not wadding these trucks up, turning them to smithereens. What an absolute great job from all these competitors here tonight in prime time. Again, want to thank everyone for joining us here live on Ghost Racing Network. Only one thing left to do here, and let's pull up the final results. Again, Todd Cray comes home with a dominating victory here tonight. Chuck Sweeting resides in second. Well, the 81 of Brandon Medford rounds out that third and final podium position. The 94 of Troy Radford comes home fourth. We're rounding out the top 5 is Drew Ballesteros, Troy Hayden, Levi Allen, Ray Poking, and Doug Wasaki. That's going to round the top 9. Well, Matthew Robinson comes home with a great finish there in that 10th place position. The 18 ride of Dean Galanio comes home 11th, while Jason Mellons comes home 12th. The 33 machine of Mark Jenkins 13th. Dwayne Hunt 14th in the 19 ride. William Kemp in the 09 15th. That's your top 15. Joseph McWhorter had a great run going early. Problems out there on the racetrack. He's going to finish 128 laps off the pace. And rounding out the 17 drivers that took the initial green flag tonight, going to be Patrick coming in at that 17th place position from Assassin Motorsports. And like all good things, must come to an end, including this broadcast. I want to thank all the league sponsors, partners, drivers, competitors, and families. Without you guys, it simply would not be possible to put this league on each and every week without everyone behind the scenes. I want to thank everyone for their time commitment that it gives this league and the great racing they produce out there on the racetrack. And as the late, great Tony Trapasso used to say, as you walk down the road of life this week, ladies and gentlemen, do us all a favor. Don't play in traffic. And we'll see you next time right here on Ghost Racing Network.